Hey, what is up TGG family? Today we have another lineup video for you. This time we have the boy from Peckham, Phoenix, playing on the brand new Valorant map Pearl. Whilst Phoenix isn't the strongest in the current meta, he is one of the household Valorant names, meaning he sees a lot of play. For that reason, we have all the best lineups for Phoenix on Pearl in this YouTube video. So make sure to pay close attention, a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and get commenting on your favorite lineup and if you knew any of these awesome lineups yourself. Firstly, we will begin with the best attacking lineups for Phoenix on Pearl, starting off all the way over on A site. This first one is a post-plant lineup, and it wouldn't be a TGG lineup video without a post-plant lineup in there, now would it? The hot hands will land at the default plant position on A site with this one, and you want to stand in A link right on the corner of the wall leading to mid connector. You are most likely to be in this position if you push through mid plaza to A art. Then aim at the top middle of the two stacked boxes in front of you. Your crosshair should be where the sky, the box, and the wall all connect. Make sure to jump and throw the hot hands. The hot hands molly will drop just on the default plant position, and whilst Phoenix hot hands doesn't travel far, this post plant lineup is great for maintaining control of A site. This next hot hands lineup is once again a post plant situation lineup. This time, however, you will be attacking from A main. Stand against the wall of the massive turn in A main. You then need to look over to A site and locate the two lights on the beam of the dome above. Place your crosshair on the highest light out of the pair. To throw, make sure to run forward and jump throw the hot hands molly. Similar to the previous hot hands lineup, this one will land all over the default plant position, preventing any chance of a defuse. So now, regardless of what way you push to A site, then you have a post plant lineup to fall back on. The middle area of Pearl is one of the most important places in the whole map, so we decided we would add some lineups for the mid plaza area in this lineup guide. The first of which is a blaze lineup for attacking mid plaza from mid shop. If you begin in mid shop, stand against the left side of the wall leading to mid plaza. You then want to aim at the bottom of the flowers on the wall on the other side of mid plaza. When you throw the blaze wall, you need to curve it left. You may be wondering what use this has. Well, this allows you and your team to cross over from mid shop, past mid doors, and rush your enemies into AR. The second attacking lineup for mid plaza is a similar blaze lineup, but this time from mid top. So as you can imagine, you will need to start in mid top. Locate the right side of the right hand side photo on the wall, stand against it. Then you should place your crosshair on the top right corner of the brown double stacked boxes opposite, just outside of AR. Depending on if you are standing in the right position, you may need to curve the blaze wall right a little to get around the wall. Similar to the previous lineup, this blaze will help you safely cross mid plaza and attack mid doors as a full 5-man team with your friends in mid shop. The only thing this won't protect against is agents that can get on those boxes, such as Jet, Raze, Omen, and Chamber. Finally, for the attacking lineups, we have Phoenix's best lineups for attacking B site. The first of which is a blaze that will block off B site and safely get your team across to B hall. So say you have pushed all the way down B main. Maybe your team has smoked off B hall, but that smoke is gone. How do you get onto B site? Here's how. Stand against the wanted signs on the right hand wall of B main, just before the corner. Aim directly opposite you, at the right hand wall of the B hall entryway, and throw the blaze. This allows your team to get some cover to push over to B hall, gaining you more ground on B site. Just be quick as you don't have long before the wall drops. Finally, we have another post-plant lineup, but this time for the default plant position on B site. With Phoenix starting in B link, this is best if used to push down B link from mid plaza. Who knows, maybe use one of our mid plaza blaze walls from earlier too. After planting the default plant position, go back to the bottom of B link and stand in the corner of the bottom of the stairs by the green door. Aim at the roof just above the default plant position. Find the middle of the flat part at the top and raise your crosshair so it is halfway between the roof and the metal beam of the dome. When you throw, make sure to run, jump, and then throw to get the hot hands exactly where it needs to be. Sure enough, the hot hands molly lands on the default plant position and stops any chance that defenders have of defusing the spike. Phoenix is great with lineups, which really elevates his stature from being an average agent to a slightly better one. This means you need lineups on every map in the game, not just Pearl. We have full lineup guides for all the Valorant maps for Phoenix on our YouTube channel and the official TGG website. These maps include Breeze, Haven, Icebox, Fracture, Ascent, Split, and Bind. Now, moving swiftly over to the second part of the video, the defensive Phoenix lineups on Pearl. To begin, we will jump back over to A site once again. This is a hot hands lineup that will drastically slow down a push. You will begin just below the window by the wall light in a dugout. A really good tactic on Phoenix is to use your ultimate ability, Run It Back, from A dugout to scout out A main. This means that if you die, you are already in position to use this hot hands. Aim at the top corner of the bottom right triangle in the window. The hot hands should go through the window and land in the entryway from A main to A site, meaning you can slow down a push and communicate the enemy charge to your team, who can rotate to help. Now we have a defensive Blaze lineup for A site. This is one of the easiest lineups you can do, and it takes no practice at all. Similar to the previous lineup, this will massively slow down a push from A main to A site. Stand right in the deep corner on A site against the wall. Simply look across the way and fire your blaze into the wall opposite. This will block off the A main to A side entryway and stop a push. As we said, Mid Plaza is one of the most important areas on Pearl, so we have to include some defensive lineups for it too. The first of which is a hot hands molly for mid shops, from the other side of Mid Plaza in A art. Stand on the smaller box in the entryway from A art to Mid Plaza at the top of the stairs. You then need to place your crosshair at the top right of the window diagonally opposite of you. This is just above mid shop. When you throw, jump throw. The hot hands will land in the entryway, meaning that enemies cannot push. And from mid shops, it is a pain to rotate and waste a lot of time, so enemies will wait it out and you can get some free kills while buying time. This final mid plaza lineup is for mid shops once again, but this time if you are defending from mid doors. Hot hands doesn't travel far, so you need to utilize it to pressure the close threats, which will be from mid shops. Stand against the pillar to the left of the mid connector choke point. At the top of the wall opposite, you will see a raised section on the top of the roof. Place your crosshair just to the right. Step forward and throw the hot hands with a jump. The hot hands will once again land in the entryway from mid shop to mid plaza, meaning you can safely peek and pressure mid top. The final section of this whole Phoenix Pearl lineup guide is the B site defensive lineups. We will begin with a B blaze wall that will perform the same way the attacking B site blaze wall did. You'll be able to block off B site from the attackers. You want to stand against the wall of B hall, looking up to B main. This is a risky lineup to pull off, so make sure you are quick. We recommend using a curveball blind around the corner before peeking. Simply aim at the wall on the other side of the B site. The reason you would want to do this is that people are hesitant of pushing through a wall. So if you are prepared to defend B hall, then you should be all good to stop a push and wait for backup. The very final lineup of this guide is another blaze wall. This will help you get out of B screen. B screen is a great place to hide and hold an angle up B main from, but it is quite hard to get out of if you need to fall back. Find the second line of the wall on the right side of B screen and stand against it. Aim at the wall by the default plant position, just at the pipe. Now this is the hard part. As your blaze is flying across B main, curve it right so that it hits the corner of the wall and doesn't block off any of B site to the attackers. If this happens, they will have a free plant. Pearl is a great map and we love it. One thing we think Riot Games smashed with it is the ability to perform and pull off extravagant lineups. Phoenix isn't the only agent who can do this, so we have a bunch of other agent guides for lineups on Pearl. These are for Viper, Raze, Killjoy, KO, Sova, Brimstone, and Fade. Hopefully you found out some interesting lineups and enjoy this lineup guide for Phoenix on Pearl. Let us know which agent you would next like to see lineups for, and on what map.